Now then, welcome back to Budget Bangers. A lovely Volvo estate that I have purchased here. Not only have I purchased, I've actually also agreed a deal on this already. So it is sold, pending collection. No cash has exchanged hands, and it's only sold when you're paid. But regardless, prep work needs to be done. And yeah, what a decent old motor this is. Now, I love my Volvos, especially a Volvo estate. I love a big Swedish brick. This one is the Volvo V50 2-litre diesel with 213,000 miles on it. Now, normally, I wouldn't bother with something like this at this sort of mileage, but one, it's a Volvo. Yes, it's got a Peugeot engine in it, but it's a Volvo, and then 2-litre diesels are quite durable little engines. But the one thing that makes this thing worth doing is that stick in the middle. It's an automatic. Now, that's rather irritating. Now, if it was a manual, maybe it probably wouldn't be worth doing. Auto Trader actually recommends this for a private seller to be a £660 car. Now, if it was a manual version, I'd probably agree with that. So I think they've kind of done the valuation, giving them just generic V50s, whereas this one's an automatic, so it's worth good money. Now, I'll be honest with you, even at this age and mileage, you can't find them cheap. You know, Volvos do really hold their value. Even like crazy miles on them, they still hold the value because people know they'll do them. It has been in for MOT this morning. About 10 minutes ago, because I've just got back from getting it MOT'd. It did fail, which, given the mileage, not a surprise. Did not do too bad at all. I want to say bottom arm, a track rod end, a tyre, and a rear shock absorber top mount, which, if you know these Volvos and Fords, because they do share suspension platforms with a Ford Focus, the back mounts are little alley units that sit on top of the shocker. They just crumble away and snap, common as muck. All in all, in terms of the car's general condition, it is in decent nick. Oh, and I want some daft bulbs and things like that. This is going to have some advisories on this one. I do like to try and do them without advisories. But given the mileage, and it was only really advised on some back discs. He wants to see if it's got a CV boot that's weeping a little bit of grease, which he said you just clean off, and if it needs a new, it's leaking where it joins the drive shaft. So he said if you want to, you can try and see if he wants a new clip. Maybe the clip's not tight enough. But I'll give it a clean off and see what that's like. But he wants some rear-disc pads. Rear-disc pads are expensive. I think in total for the other bits without the discs, the bill was like £85. With the rear-disc pads on, it was going to be like 150 something quid, which isn't too bad. But at the end of the day, it's just an advisory. They're okay. So yeah, overall condition of the car. We've got a little bit of a panel issue here, which we'll call that fixed. Never mind, it's popped back out. We'll just leave that. Wheels, a little bit of curbing, a little bit of corrosion, as you'd expect. Sail winds, I think I'm saying that right. A good old ditch finder. But all in all, just filthy. Really wants a good old clean. There's been a good old plugger up and down the motorways, and it's not been washed too recently. Again, I dare say budget tyre on this one as well. A sail win as well, and usual corrosion and markings round the back. Nice clean motor. We have a little bit of a rust spot poking through here, and we've got the cover missing off the back wiper, but I dare say with 113,000 miles on it, we'll forgive it. There's something going on here which, right, there's a bit of scuffing on it, and it's also cracked the paint a little bit. So once it's been washed, if it doesn't look too bad, I'll probably just leave it. I do know the person that I've sold this to. I've done one thing that car dealers hate doing, and that's selling cars to people they know. It's my youngest, well, it's my little sister's boyfriend. So yeah, I play airsoft with him, so if there's any problems, I'm sure he'll shoot me. So it's not too much of a bother. Again, marked up wheels and a sail winner again. A little scuff on there. So my assumption is this has had 4 ditch finders put on it at some point, which shows somebody out there who's willing to spend the money on it. Again, yeah, little marks, moss build around the windows, you know, sort of stuff that you tend to get for a car that's neglected. We've got a little bit of a mark there. Mirror's good. All in all, not too bad. We have a good ride, a bold good ride, might I add, as well, because it's filled its MOT on it. Kind of looks like it's been knocked up and down curbs a good few times, which is probably why the track end's knackered on this side. But yeah, round the front, you've got the usual scuff marks here, where it's probably been parked in the supermarkets too close to the hedge. I do that myself, so I can't complain about that. But yeah, all in all, a good clean, and I think this will transform the car. If it was a nice old mileage one, I'd probably do things like change the screws on the number plates and have it all sparkly and nice and fix the bumper, but it's got 213,000 miles on it. Yeah, it's lived a life, it's got a story to tell. So for me, them little bits, they're just something you can expect, and it's telling the story of the car. And really, the story to me is it's the car that's been well used and looked after. One thing that it did fail its MOT on as well is this wiper not working. I did say, oh, is it okay if I just stand here and work it while you turn them wipers on? Does that count? And he said no, which is a shame. But I think what's happened is your wiper linkage, you have little rods. I dare say one of them rods has popped off. Could be worn out, especially with the sort of mileage it's on it. So we'll see if there's like little repair kits you can get for them, or there's tricks that you can do. I had a quick look on eBay. They don't seem to be readily available second hand too much, so we'll have to see if we can something up with that. One thing I love about Volvos is something not many people notice, not many manufacturers have thought of, is this little clip on the inside of the window. That's for holding your parking tickets. Now, I don't know anybody else has thought of that. That's a quirky little feature that I just like. It shows that they've gone to the details that needs to be done to make this car lovely. Nice little fake wood effect on the interior. Original mats, which shocks me given the mileage. It has got a cheapy back mat that somebody used so they don't rub the heels. Mats on mats. They put that down so they don't rub the heels through the floor mat, which just goes to show somebody's cared. All around electric windows, electric mirrors, heated seats, which was a pleasant little thing on this morning when it was a bit chilly. In here, typical Volvo, you got your waterfall centre console, which this is called. It's kind of got a big old gap in the back, and they call that a waterfall centre console. We'll give it a start up. It is saying it wants a service. time to book a service. Bulb failure, which is what it failed its MOT in. But all in all, yeah, apart from the noises that are coming from the MOT failures, it's a nice place to be. It has got a split boost pipe under the bonnet as well, and I did kind of give it some beans on the way back to see if it was, once it warmed up, to see if it was going to kick out some smoke, and she did. And then the light came on, and I'm assuming it's because it's got a big old split in the boost pipe. No service history with it, which is a shame. Really, this sort of mileage, you'd want service history. Chances are it'd stop at some point because the book would probably be full. So I have advised the lad I sold it to, no idea where the cam belt's been done. Now, let's be fair, 213,000 miles. If it's still got its original cam belt on, it wants putting in a museum, because it'd be the only one that's ever done it. So I said, don't know whether it's had its cam belt done, but he said he'll get that done. It doesn't bother him. I also advised to get this thing serviced with having no history. Might have never had one. There are some cars in the world where people just don't think about getting the auto box serviced. And I said, if it goes wrong, it goes faulty, the car's done for. And I said, because I know yet, I will stand by this car and help you out a little bit. As long as it's not that, because I said, if that goes faulty, as I said, I can't help you with that. Because I dare say it'd be uneconomical if anything goes wrong with it. And he said, yep, that's fine. I'll look into getting that service, and I'll look into getting the cam belt done. Yeah, I've had a little bit of a nosy around, not too much. We've got you looking well tool in there. Plenty of little cubby holes in that. Yeah, there's nothing really too exciting to show you. We just want a good old clean. We've got some cheapy mats, which, looking at that, probably is why them original mats have been saved, because they've had small cheapy pound shop special ones put on, which, I'm not going to lie, I'll probably just get chucked in the bin, or I might just keep them around just in case I've got something that's, you know, you get them where they have the big holes, where they have the holes worn in the carpets, and I'd rather stick that over it than just leave a big hole in the carpet. But all in all, just want a good old clean. And yeah. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the work, I'm going to clean it up, and we'll join when all that is done and it is ready to go. So yeah. Right then. I've now just about got the Volvo finished up. It is getting a bit dark, so I'm hoping this comes out alright. If not, I'll just have to reshoot it in the morning. We'll see how it goes. All in all, it's come out really nice. I have to apologise as well, it's a bit chilly, so every now and then you can see my breath blowing past the camera. I'll try and keep my face away from it. It's come out really nice. Basically all that's happened outside is it's had a good wash. There's nothing too extravagant as to what's happened. Yeah, it's just basically had a wash. Has it uncovered anything sinister? I'm going to say no. It is scratched up and things like that, but as you can see with the light on my phone, all in all, it's not too bad. You've got your marks and your swirl marks and things like that, but we'll forgive it. Inside, again, just come up really nice. It basically just wanted a quick hoover. I could tell it's been a well looked after car. Back here is absolutely spotless. Them original mats barely look like they've been touched. The only thing that kind of lets down interior wise is that you do have a little bit of a hole in one of the mats. Now, if they weren't original mats, I'd probably look into getting some, but they're original and all the rest are absolutely spotless. But considering the mileage, that floor mat, it wants to be congratulated for the work it's done, because for the mileage on it, for being an original mat, it has survived very well. All I've got left to do is the service, the service bits are there, which I'm going to do now before it gets too dark. I just want to try and get a video just to show you around. Yeah, it's come out really nice. We do have a bit of a mark going on here, which, you know, I'm probably going to say it a million times. We're not going to bother with that for the sort of car it is. But no, quite happy with how it's come out. Good old cars. I don't mind a good old Swedish slab. I have got a service to do, as I said, in a boost pipe, which is this one here. It does store a engine code every now and then for it, but the lad who's buying it knows it's getting sorted. He's even said when it comes, he tinkers around with his cars himself, he'll fit it himself if needs be, which really, personally, I prefer to do it myself. Saves any earache, but if he's happy to do that, I've got plenty of stuff to do in my life to keep me going. So, I mean, I dare say it'd be an easy job. Pop out that, you take out the little clip, slide the headlight out of the way, and I dare say you'll be able to get to it like that. So it's not going to be a difficult job to do. It just saves on any issues in the future doing it myself. But that's about it for this one. Really, well, this car, not much else happening at the moment in the world of budget bangers. There's a little Corsa back there, which I'm going to be doing a video on. That's the next one to go through. K is done. I've used up the petrol in it, or as much as I'd like to use up. So that's just waiting on a logbook, and it'll get validated and it'll get put for sale. The Astra, that's the one that's been niggling at me. I was thinking to myself, I sell cars generally £1,000 below retail value and providing with no warranties, but that car has now pushed me to do something that needed to be done, really, and I've got some exciting news on that front. As of now, my business will be providing its cars with a standard 3-month warranty from Warranty 2000, which is good news. Means I can charge a bit more for my cars. I can retail them properly, and I mean, like, in terms of standards of prep, not a lot's going to be changing, really. As the regular viewers of my channel know, I do prep my cars very well, especially compared to, you know, some people who, I dare say, some people who sell cars off the driveway. There's some out there that just banging through an MOT, and that is it. They'll get them sorted to a minimum standard, and that's it. Whereas I clean them up nice, I service them, I try and get rid of advisory. This has only got advisories on a disc on the driver's side rear, which, considering the mileage, is amazing. Let's not forget this has got 213,000 miles on it. So yeah, exciting news. What it'll mean in the future is hopefully, obviously, I can start getting a bit more for these cars if it works out. I'm not talking like astronomically more expensive, really. There's going to be a little bit more prep involved to certain cars, you know. Because of the price point I am at, there's a good chance that sometimes, say like this one here, I have to advise the person who's buying the car. They'll probably have to get the timing belt done. Whereas ones like the Astra, once that gets done, because obviously the head's coming off that, the head's coming off that, so that'll get a timing belt on it. Whereas before, without a warranty, that car I was going to be putting up for 18,995, and I worked it out. By the time that work was done, if all went to plan, there'd be about a £200 profit margin left in it, and then the taxman would want to stick his fingers in, and then every car has to contribute to the business. So they all contribute £50 to the upkeep of the business, which luckily for me at the minute, my upkeep costs aren't that expensive. So it's basically just basically my traders policy and my truck and things like that. That's what they pay for. So yeah, so I've lost my train of thought now. That's great. Right, yes, I'm back on track. So yeah, so now that car is going to be going up for £24,995, fully prepped, with a 3-month warranty on it. So when you consider the £18,995 and then the costs that would have been incurred in that, really, I would have been lucky to make anything. Whereas now, them profit margins now widened up a little bit on something like that. They're not going to be too crazy, really. I'm not a greedy man. If I'm making money, I'm happy. You know, I don't want to be making. I'm not bothered about making an absolute ton of money and having flash cars and, you know, 3-ply toilet paper and things like that. I'm happy just having what I need. I've got a roof over my head, clothes on my back, warm food in my gut, and everybody in the house is happy and healthy. That's all that matters to me. You know, I always say to my wife, you know, don't get your hopes up. If the day came that I was a millionaire, I'll still be driving around in old knackered cars. You know, I wouldn't have a flashy car. I said, if you want a flashy car, you're probably gonna have to save up and pay for it yourself. But yeah, exciting things to come. The KA will be sold with a 3-month warranty. It is a category D. This will be going up for £14,995 with the MOT that's on it. It looks like it's had a timing belt. I will check, but at that price point, again, I can't really do that. The Corsa will be going up for £14,995 as well, and that will be getting a 3-month warranty on it. Yeah, this one, the mileage is too high. So basically, I am personally, given that I know the person who's buying this car, I'm standing by this car for a month. So yeah, it could come back to sting me, but I did say I'd stand by it in a way of helping him out. Like, if something goes wrong, he buys the parts, I'll fit them. So yeah, but anyway, we're losing daylight. So yeah, exciting things to come, and thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.